It's our season finale, and we're getting ready to astound you with our Bush Radar Animal Oscars extravaganza. So stay glued to your seats. This is one award ceremony you don't want to miss.
On the lookout, on the hunt, getting closer, here it comes. Bush Radar, Bush Radar.
It's been a season of firsts, getting you close to all kinds of different creatures. We're about to take you on a roller coaster ride. It's the Animal Oscars.
Hello, animal lovers, and welcome to this year's Bush Radar Animal Oscars. My name is Michelle, and with me is the lovely Nadine.
Hi, Michelle, and hello, Bush Radar fans, and welcome to the show. Wow, I can't believe we come to the end of another successful season of Bush Radar.
It's amazing how time flies when you're having fun. But what better than an awards ceremony to celebrate all of our wonderful animals and the conservationists who are taking care of them?
Absolutely. Let's kick off by taking a look at some of our favorite moments.
We loved playing with these gorgeous Madagascan hissing cockroaches who just wouldn't hiss.
And Martin John's been trying to get a hissing sound out of these cockroaches by spraying them with water, but it's not working. So, from the horse's mouth, I've heard that the hissing cockroaches make a sound that goes sss.
It's just a long sss. That's all it is.
Ah, okay. Well, I guess that's as good as we're going to get today, right?
Unfortunately.
No luck with these feisty roaches, but we did spot an elusive colobus monkey in Kenya.
The first thing that I'm noticing are those long white hairs that they've got on their shoulder area. And in fact, that gives this species of primate its correct name. It is in fact called the white epauletted black colobus, because you can see it's predominantly black with white on its shoulders, just like military epaulets.
And we released a rehabilitated vulture.
So here we are. This is the moment of truth. His freedom is literally a lift away. Should we do it, Kerry?
Go for it.
The release of a wild animal back into the wild is one of our favorite things to do on Bush Radar. We released this Cape vulture, and also we returned an endangered turtle back into the sea.
Since 1998 up to present day, Turtle Watch have released 3,200 turtles. And here comes the next lucky survivor. Where should we pop her? Here?
Yeah, right here.
Okay. Here we go. Oh, it's going to happen quickly. It's a big wild ocean out there, Miss Turtle. Take care of yourself.
Wow, that was amazing. But before we begin, let's take a look at what our wild word of the day is.
Thank you, Nadine. Our wild word today is accolade. This is an expression of approval or praise. It's something to say, hey, well done. And it generally comes to you in the form of an award.
So here are the accolades for Bush Radar's best contributors.
Our very first animal Oscar goes to all the little creatures who were on the show for the very first time. This is the category, the best newcomer.
And the nominees are...
Animal lovers, do you know how lucky we are on this show? Because we get to meet all kinds of creatures that we normally wouldn't. You are about to meet a small cat from South America. It goes by the name of a margay.
Now, before Freddie grew up to be so beautiful, he started life out as a tadpole. And all a tadpole actually is an enormous mouth right at the front of their little beings. And those mouths have got 16 rows of teeth in them. They use those mouths to crawl and pull themselves over rocks, at the same time eating algae that's on those rocks.
So right now, You're seeing Mommy, her name's Jellybean, and the baby is just to the back of her.
Our winner in the best newcomer category is Pygmy Hippo Jelly Tot.
Yay! Well done, Jelly Tot. You certainly were one of the cutest contributors this season. Now, don't go away, because when we come back, we're going to find out which animal has won the Animal Oscar for...
The best action stunt.
So don't go away. We'll be right back.
Bush Raider.
Welcome back to the show, animal lovers. Our next award goes to the animal who made us laugh the hardest.
That's right, Nadine. This is the animal that had us in stitches throughout the entire season. Stand by for the nominees in the Best Bush Radar Comedy category.
Tokizani, you're here at the zoo today. Why is it such fun?
Because the animals.
Because of the animals. Which animal's your favorite one?
Hippo.
Hippo? Why do you like the hippo so much?
Because it makes a lot of noise.
It makes a lot of noise. Oh, you're so right. What noises were they making? Just like that. I say Sally for president.
Yes, she's the queen.
Whoops. And I guess the Queen can do whatever she wants, whenever she wants.
She's doing fun things all the time.
That's when they tend to get a little bit aggressive if you stop a wild animal from doing something that they would naturally want to do.
Yes, because this is natural behaviour. We are a substitute troop here at the moment, and he would be little Howie that's sitting on your shoulder now.
And making a wee-wee. It feels lovely and warm.
He feels nice and secure when he can do it there, not vulnerable. And now he's in your hair there. That would be natural for him. He'd find a friend to go and play with, and at this stage, they know that this is a safe environment for them.
The winner for Best Comedy, the Care Baboons.
Wow, Michelle, you really got up close and personal with those baboons.
Nadine, that's just how I love it. I love being around animals, watching them, learning from them. It really is special indeed. But talking about love, that reminds me.
Here are the nominations for the best romance.
Our first nomination for Best Romance goes to Freddy the Frog for the romance he had with himself. He just couldn't stop talking about how wonderful he was. Our next romance blossomed at the Rhino Lion Game Reserve, where this marabou stork took a fancy to one of our cameramen, Alistair. Just listen to this cooing and wooing. And our third nominee in the Best Romance category. We got invited to a very special wedding at Laurie Park Zoo, where lovebirds Ashan, the groom, and Kimberly, the bride, padded down the aisle to be together.
See, where is the bride? Hello.
Reaching maturity means that they get to share an enclosure for a time frame to see if Cupid strikes.
And here we go.
And he's opening up.
As all brides are nervous on their wedding day, an escape route is always available if Kimberly gets cold paws. With a touch of Fleming, they size each other up, deciding if this is the one. And the winners are Ashen and Kimberly.
Ah, wasn't that just lovely?
Absolutely delightful. But not all of the stories on Bush Radar are happy. There are some sad ones too.
Yes, you're right, Michelle. Bush Radar managed to tackle some really tough stories this year.
We see some pretty tough things. Oftentimes, due to human poverty, due to human ignorance, the animals come off second best, and there's a lot of abuse around. Have a look at a couple of these stories that really touched our hearts. This is the story about a tiny little spider monkey named Buttons. His is a sad story, but it does have a happy ending.
It started when a human family bought a spider monkey family as pets for their children. Then the human family emigrated. Monkeyland stepped in, adopting the family. But the stress of relocation killed the monkey mommy. Fortunately, Dad and baby survived.
Bush Radar fans, this emphasises that having a pet is a big responsibility. Whether it's a dog or a monkey, you must provide medical care and know the correct food to feed that animal. If you don't, it's a form of abuse.
The SPCA showed us the sad situation that our pets find themselves in.
It's absolutely shocking when we see the amount of animals that come in here, dogs and cats, that have been caught in traps because the cats catch people's birds. Dogs because they have become a nuisance. People that just take out their frustration on the animals. And what is very, very sad, if we see how people treat the animals, we become very worried to see how they will treat their children.
Our third nominee, the baby baboons at Care in Hoedspruit. Baboons find themselves in a horrible situation. They're hunted and killed because they're seen as pests.
Gee, that's so sad.
It is very sad. Bush Radar acts as a platform to highlight the plight of all kinds of different species, and every time that we can reach out to help them is a good moment in time.
But Bush Radar isn't only about sad stories. We also show you what makes each and every animal so unique. And are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Oh, I'm definitely thinking what you're thinking. It's time for Bush Blur. Can you guess what this is?
Yay! Look at that spotted coat. I bet you know what that is. It's also the fastest land mammal on Earth and can reach speeds of up to 120 kilometers per hour. It's also a member of the cat family. Oh, look at that beautiful teardrop. Yes, it's a cheetah. You've got it, animal lovers. The beautiful cheetah.
Hey, Michelle, isn't a cheetah your favorite animal?
It definitely is.
And didn't you have a special encounter with Eddie the cheetah?
I had such a special encounter that it was, in fact, an action moment. This moment has made it into our next Animal Oscar category.
Best action stunt.
Our first nominee, Eddie the cheetah.
Michelle, are you ready?
I'm ready.
On your marks.
Oh, boy.
Get set. Go.
Ah. A gentle trot for Eddie and a full sprint for me. Wow.
Our second nominee is Harry the hippo.
Come on, reveal yourself, young men. No, they're holding their breath. They can stay under this water for up to 5 minutes.
Finally, he came up for a breath of air. And our third nominee, the Harris hawk.
Okay, little chicken. And what's going to happen, I'm going to swing this around and the bird's going to come in and try and catch it. Now, he's seen me and off he goes. He's waiting for me to produce the lure and off he goes. And we're going to try and get him to come in and chase this thing. And now you'll see he's nice and quick, this bird. Okay, he's quite fast. He's going to use the wind and he's going to try and catch this lure. And I don't want him to catch it to start with. Okay, I want him to fly nice and hard, do lots of exercise, and then eventually we're going to let him catch it. Whoa, there we go. He's very fast, this bird, eh?
And the winner is Eddie the cheetah.
Wow, that was great.
Thank you very much. No matter what I did, I couldn't keep up with Eddie. Always remember that Eddie is used to working with human beings. Don't try that with any other wild animal.
That's right, Mish. But there's something else you could play with at home if you're interested in movies, is special effects.
That brings us to our next category. We're going to pay homage to all of the animals who let us get just a little bit closer to their gory bits.
And here are the nominees for
the best special effects.
Our first nominee is the owl for his regurgitated owl pellets.
So we've got some bones in there, and we've got this. Look at that. What do you think that is?
It's a little bird's skull.
It's a little bird's skull.
Gross, but not as gross as our impala dissection.
When an animal decides to walk or to run, what happens? The brain says, okay, he must go. There's a nerve, all the nerves come down into the spinal cord and they start branching off, some to the heart, some to the rumen, some to the intestines, some to the bladder. And then you've got the big one called the sciatic nerve that comes down to the muscles.
And just when we thought we couldn't take any more.
This is our first piece to throw in.
I think so. Let's try it.
What do you think's going to happen?
I suspected it could bubble, sizzle, and possibly disintegrate.
Okay, watch closely, kids. This doesn't happen on TV often. Okay, no splashing, Michelle. In it goes.
The winner, our reenactment of what happens inside a vulture's stomach, takes home the award for Best Special Effects.
You know, Nadine, I don't think a lot of people realize the amount of work that it takes to create a good TV show. It all starts with the visuals.
That's right, Michelle. A good or bad costume can make or break a movie.
That brings us to our next category. It's the Animal Oscars for the best costume. We get up to all kinds of fun here on Bush Radar. Check it out. This is the latest fashion accessory for young girls. It's called a butterfly earring. In this case, an owl butterfly.
Giraffe has different patterns, like human beings. It's like the fingerprints to us. Each giraffe has got its own block patterns. The bigger the block patterns, the older or the bigger the giraffe.
And our third nominee.
Yeah, baby. Now that is a perfect posterior. Zebras and giraffes have got a lot in common. They are both herbivores, they are both ungulates or hoofed animals, and they both only occur in Africa.
And the winner, our owl butterfly.
In our next category in the Animal Oscars, we're going to get a little bit tougher.
Can it get tougher?
Oh, yes, it definitely can. An important category is Best Score. Now, this is the music that drives your program along.
Here are the nominations for Best Score or Soundtrack.
Okay, well, they sound hungry.
Yeah, that's a special calling they make normally when they're hungry. You will not find them in the wild making such kind of calling, and even in captivity, except only when they're hungry.
I love you.
And the winner?
I love you.
Wow, where did you find such talented animals?
The bush and the ocean are simply filled with talented creatures. And if you thought that those singers were good, stand by. Wait till you hear the nominees in our Best Sound Design category.
Ooh, I can't wait.
Absolutely. Don't go away, because that's coming up right after this break.
Bush Radar. Bush Radar.
Welcome back, animal lovers. It's Bush Radar's annual Animal Oscars.
It's been a riveting show so far, and it's about to get even more exciting.
Here are the nominees in the Best Sound Design category. Matty, what's all that banging?
That's Elvis, our southern ground hornbill. He's not impressed. I think there's far too many people in his territory today.
So it's feeding time.
Feeding time is a really exciting time, yeah, to find the line. You can see the animals get very excited.
And the lion cubs are even calling to you right now because they can smell the meat.
Ow! Ow!
And our third nominee is...
There we go. How quiet was he? Hey, you don't hear him when he flies over you. Owls have got silent flight.
And Silent Flight has earned the owl an Animal Oscar for Best Sound Design.
Yay, we've got Bushmail. Masudi Ngapa is 13 years old, and he's written to say, at school we're learning how to conserve our planet and save the Earth from the effects of global warming. But what is acid rain? Is acid rain a big problem? And how is it caused? How do we stop it? Masudi, that's a very good question. Yes, acid rain is a harmful substance to plants, animals, and rivers. In fact, there are entire forests that are being killed due to acid rain. It also pollutes the drinking water for animals and for human beings. How is acid rain formed? When factories burn coal and cars burn petrol, they emit gases into the air, and some of those gases mix with water.
That water then becomes acid. It's rather like turning water into vinegar. This water then falls back to earth in the form of rain, and the plants absorb it, the animals drink it. It's a very sad situation indeed. But there are things that we can do to prevent acid rain. If we stopped using so much coal and petrol, it would make a difference. And also saving energy, specifically electricity, which is a real coal guzzler. So remember to turn those light switches off as you go from room to room. And remember, every little bit counts. No matter how small you might think it is, it will make a difference to Mother Nature. Masudi, thank you so much for your letter, and go well in Kenya.
That was a great letter from Masudi. It really shows us the importance of looking after our planet.
And that's why our next category is so important.
Yep. Up next is Bush Radar's Eco Award.
Our first nominee is Southern Cross Schools.
Incredibly important, especially now that you all participate in looking after the environment. Oh yeah, look at these, look at these. Can you plant these?
Yes. Yes.
And what will grow?
Honeymelon.
Fantastic, okay, but if you didn't want to plant them and we didn't want the inside, we're going to put that into our compost, okay? It's very important, kids, when you go home tonight and you help Mommy make dinner, okay, or even you make her a cup of tea, you get that tea bag and you say, Mommy, can we make a little compost container over here? And she'll look at you and say, of course we can. And then what you do over the weekend is you start to plant your own vegetables.
And our second nominee, King School's Eco Challenge.
We were showing what's going on in the world with global warming and climate change. People are burning too many fossil fuels, which is causing the atmosphere to get thinner and thinner, and melting ice and killing polar bears because they can't find any ice.
I've got the secret for you.
I'd like to inform people who are careless acting with the environment to stop it.
I would like to tell people to collect the garbage and place them in a safe place or even burn them.
Keep the earth green. Spend energy wisely. Get involved. Protect your animals.
Report any abuse of any animals.
Teach your parents well.
Get school wide.
And to celebrate all of the eco work that you're doing at home, we're giving away these wildlife games. Simply SMS the word LIFE and your name to 34024 and you could be a Bush Radar winner.
We're coming to the end of the Animal Oscars and also the end of the season. But don't be sad. Before you can say Jiminy Cricket, Bush Radar will be back with more conservation tips and amazing animal antics.
I hope you've learned a lot from watching Bush Radar. My big lesson is that you're never too young or too small to make a difference.
Absolutely. My big lesson is that this world is filled with talented animals that need our protection. And just because the season is coming to an end doesn't mean that you should stop protecting the environment.
Michelle is absolutely right. The world needs our support each and every day. So keep your fingers green till the next time we meet.
From me, Michelle.
And me, Nadine.
We'll see you again next time. Bye for now. Mwah.